But I don't even know whose credit that is. Is that mine? Is that my wife's? I mean, she can take a load between the legs. What I'm saying is, I get blowjobs, but I get married blowjobs. Them ain't like single life blowjobs. Married blowjobs kind of remind me, you ever watch your dog on a hot day get some water from its bowl, and then it looks at you between licks, you know? It's like, you're like, yeah, that feels good, it's nice. Very nice. Are you done? Yeah, I didn't want to come. Thanks, that was fun. I still remember the good old days, yeah. Yeah, I have old VHS tapes back here, and they're a little grainy, but if I close my eyes, I can still see those sweet, sweet angels from my 20s who made sounds like they were fighting for their life, you know, just... You know those blowjobs where you almost stop to see if she's okay? You don't, because you don't care. You're like, I like that you're suffering. This is cool, you know? Wait, you don't have memories? Okay. Why not? You know, I didn't puke and I didn't shit. But when I was in Houston about a month ago, I sharted. Here's what happened. If you were going to make a list of the best places to shart, and I don't know why you would, but if you did, number one is the bathroom. And that's where I was. I was in a public restroom, and I was at the urinal. I was just enjoying a delightful afternoon pee, you know? Like a 90-second one, you know? Where your mind just kind of goes, stream of consciousness takes over, you're just lost, and you're like, are birds real or are they honing devices? I don't know. Jesus, how big were Aretha Franklin's tits, you know? You ever think about that? Everyone talks about Dolly Parton's tits. Do you ever look at Aretha Franklin's tits? It looked like she was nursing seal pups. It's insane. If she couldn't sing, she'd be serving lunch. You know what I mean? Those are some tits. So, I'm pissing, and it's great. My wife always gives me shit, by the way. She's like, you enjoy your bodily functions so much. And I'm like, why don't you just let me live my life? I mean, I do like peeing. I like sneezing more. If you don't enjoy an open-air, reckless, violent sneeze, you're a fucking communist, okay? It's the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? No one's around. You go, like one of those, and you're like, what the fuck? Don't talk to me. I love it. Cumming's the best. If we're obviously, I'm not going to argue that point. So I go cumming, sneezing, nice pee, emergency shit. I really like stretching in bed right after I wake up, and then it sends you back to sleep because it feels like fentanyl or something. I don't know. I like it. I like sitting on the couch on a Sunday and just a nice pinch and roll on my beanbag, you know? Just... Ah. This is free? This is crazy. I wish it were Seven's hand, but this feels good, man. I know a lot of ladies get jealous about that, and honestly, you shouldn't. I've seen what many of you have there, and there's plenty to pull, so you could also just tug on that taffy bag and see where it takes you. Ah. Yeah. And don't you dare get insecure, okay? You ladies do that to each other. We never care. It could have teeth and we try to get in there. We don't care. All I'm saying is that, ladies, I want you to leave here tonight knowing that you all have beautiful pussies. Okay? Yeah. Sure. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, I'm peeing, right? And as I'm peeing, I feel something, you know, in the chamber. And I'm polite, so I do the polite thing. Look around, and there's nobody in there. So I tell myself, it's okay, buddy. Why don't you give it a push? And I did, and there was no sound. None. But there was movement. So now I have to check. Do you know how you have to check in that situation? You have to take your pants all the way down. Like a fucking toddler. Like I was like... So now I'm just Winnie the Pooh in it, in a t-shirt. Like, hi. Hello. My little dick's hanging out. Hello. And then I look into my boxers and I'm like, yep, I'm throwing those out. And then I clean up, and then I leave the restroom, and all my friends are waiting outside, and I immediately tell them what happened. And they're like, I don't want to know this. And I go, well, I'm telling you. And they go, well, stop. And I go, I'm not. You already know now. And in that exchange, something clicked. I put it together. I didn't shart. I had simply shit my pants. Yeah. I mean... That's an important distinction, right? A shart would imply that I had farted and that there were some DVD extras in there. I took a shit with my pants on. It would be no different than if right now I were standing here like, I think I'm gonna take a shit right now. And then I just kept talking. So it's fucked with my confidence, but I'm back, baby. I am fucking back. Yeah. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thanks. Yeah, I love you too. You're so well behaved. That's great. It's not always like this. You know that, right? We had a fight in the front row last week at a show. Yeah, and you fucking notice when it's in the front row. You notice. And you know, normally we try to put that out pretty quickly, but the guy that started the fight was just so old. When security descended upon him, I was just like, wait, you know, like, let him do it, you know? It's probably his last fight, you know? I'm sure it was. He was very old, and he was punching another guy, but he was making like old sounds as he was like, ugh. Like it was. Even the guy getting hit was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't feel this. And then the older guy, he just kind of tuckered out, you know, he just, and he's just kind of faded. And then as security was escorting him up the aisle, I looked and I was like, oh, I think that's a woman. It was the hair. You know how women will sometimes hit a certain age where they don't want you to try to fuck them anymore. And the hair goes first, you know, they just go, and then we all go, oh yeah, don't try to touch her. I got it. This goes, the vagina closes, the hair goes, and we all go, she's off limits. So, whoever it was, rest in peace. I did something very, very fun recently. I got to fly with the Blue Angels. I don't know if you know what that is. Oh, wow. Wow. For those of you that don't know, that is the U.S. Navy's aerial show program. They put on shows all over our country that are unbelievable. These are elite fighter pilots that are flying in fighter jets 18 inches apart, and they do these wild acrobatic stunts. And I went to the show, and it was amazing. And then afterwards, I met one of the organizers, and very casually, I was like, yeah, I wish I could go up in one of those. And they were like, yeah, you can. And I go, what the fuck, really? And they go, yeah, if you come to Pensacola, Florida. And I was like, ugh. Okay. So I went to Florida. I went to the base, And I met one of the pilots. This dude looked like he was designed in a lab, and then AI just shit him out, okay? This is one of the most beautiful men. I think about this guy every day, okay? My last thought before I go to bed at night is his jawline, and then I go, I fall asleep. So I walk up to him, I go, hey, I'm Tom. And he goes, I'm 7. Whatever you say, Daddy. If you're a 7, I'd hate to meet a 10, you know what I mean? So 7 tells me, he goes, hey, we're gonna do some wild stuff up there, so don't eat a lot, because if you eat a lot, you will definitely throw up. And I go, oh, wow. What if I throw up? He goes, I'll give you a little baggie, and you can puke in that. I go, thanks, dog. What if I shit? And he goes, people don't shit. You don't know who you're talking to right now, do you? Well, we went up for 45 minutes. We flew vertically, we did barrel rolls, we flew Mach 1.2, we pulled 7.5 Gs. It was the most thrilling 45 minutes of my entire life. But when I got back, I realized something. I realized that we are the only country on Earth where when you see a fleet of fighter jets approaching, you know something cool is gonna happen. It's just us. Right? Like, dude, we send them to the Daytona 500 to kick shit off so that every asshole there can go, look at that. That's fucking cool. You're like, yeah, here. But if you're in the Hindu Kush province of Afghanistan, and you see 7 F-22s, you're not like, oh yeah, today's the race. You know, you just go, ugh. And that's it. That's the last fucking sound you ever make before you hear, and then there goes your mom's village. All right, so USA. Now,